Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new around here, thanks for stopping by. If you're a returning subscriber, thanks for coming back to watch another video. It's so good to have you here with me again today. So in today's video guys, as you can see from the title, what I'm going to be doing is number one, recapping my results from the month of October in terms of the goals that I had set myself. And then in the second part of this video, what I'm going to be doing is sharing my goals for the month of November. Before we jump into the video guys, just to let you know that my voice has gone and I'm really trying to get through this video without it completely going. So if it does, then this video might come to an abrupt end, but hopefully we can make it through to the end and you can see all the goals that I have planned for the month of November. I share these goal updates to inspire you watching to set yourself goals and to give you ideas of different goals in which you can set yourself. I also do it for the accountability because I like the fact that I know that I have to come back and kind of report on how I've done in those goals, so that gives me that extra motivation, particularly in the last week leading up to the end of the month, to be like, right Tolu, you've got a few more days, try and get these goals done so that you don't have to go back and report that you haven't achieved any of them. But with that being said anyway, if you like this kind of content and you're new around here and you haven't subscribed, definitely hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell as well so that you don't miss any single uploads. But without further ado, let's jump into today's video. So if you missed the goals walkthrough video, I'll link it up there in the description box below. But let me go through those goals and the results anyway, so you can see how I got on versus what I said I was going to do. So if you see me looking down, it's because I'm looking at my phone where I have all the notes on the goals in which I set myself. So yeah, let's get through this list. So we start off with my goals for October. The first one I had was my Reel a Day challenge. So this started off really well in the month of October. The first couple of weeks I was consistently posting a reel a day. I think I maybe missed 1 or 2 days in the first 2 weeks. After that it kind of fell by the wayside, and in total I ended up releasing 20 reels. Was it 20? Yeah, 20 reels out of my goal, which was 1 a day. So that would have been 31 in October. So not quite what I wanted, but at the same time, I think when it got towards week 3, I was looking at the analytics and the results of the reels, and I was realizing it wasn't getting the reach that I thought it was going to get, which wasn't very motivating to make me continue to create more. And then also as well, I just really took a step back and was looking at the content I was putting out, and was I 100% happy with it? Probably not, which is why I was like, do you know what, there's no point in me just rushing just for the sake of it and putting content out there that is substandard or content that I'm not completely happy with. So I was like, let me just take my time and actually really think about what I'm doing with reels. What is my strategy going to be other than just consistently posting? There needs to be some kind of purpose behind the posts in which I'm creating and putting out there. So yeah, I kind of went back to the drawing board towards the end of the month, and yeah, in the month of November I definitely do want to continue to explore reels, but I'm not going to push myself to kind of do one every single day. But yeah, we'll talk about November goals later on. So moving on to the second goal I had, and that was for me to launch my website, tolufrimpong.com. So obviously I've had a website since 2019, but it needed a refresh. It needed to reflect where I am now and the content that kind of makes sense for me and my channel and the direction I'm moving in. And I'm so pleased to announce that I actually achieved that goal, and my new website is live, and you can definitely head to the link in the description box below to now check it out. On my new blog I have loads and loads of content on there. So there's loads of freebies on there, there's loads of digital products which I already had on my old site, to be fair, but they're on the new one too. There's details of my one-to-one coaching services, also the opportunities to book me for speaking engagements. Like literally there's a lot on that website. Also you can subscribe to my weekly newsletter, T-Money News, where I share weekly updates, freebies, saving tips, and so much more really. There's also a page for anybody wanting to contribute a guest post to the blog. So if you're in the finance space or you have content that you think will resonate with my audience and you want to have it featured on my blog, there's a page where it has all the details on the specifications, and you can definitely submit your blog there. So yeah, I'm just really excited and really proud of this new website, and I can't wait for you all to see it and get your feedback. And yeah, let me know if there's any other additional content that you want to see on the website, anything more you want me to write about, or any content creators that you think will be great fits to kind of feature their content on my blog. Let me know and we can definitely make something happen. Track habits daily. Yeah, and this is one goal that didn't go very well, so I think I tracked for a total of like maybe 11 or 12 days. 12 is what I've written down here. Yeah, so 12 days I tracked my goals for, and then for the rest of the month it kind of stopped. Once I missed 1 day, then I missed 2, then I missed 3. It was just impossible to kind of catch up. Well, it wasn't impossible, but it's just long having to go back and now see what I did on those days. So yeah, the daily habit tracking was a fail in the month of October, but yeah, it is what it is. next up we have 8 YouTube videos. So my goal was to release 8 videos in the month of October. And I actually ended up releasing 11 videos. I couldn't believe it until I was actually putting together the results post, which I post on my Instagram page. If you're not following me on Instagram, definitely do. Follow me on Instagram, Tolu Frimpong. So on there, you'll get these kind of updates as and when they happen. So this video is obviously coming out like a few days into the month of November, whereas if you're following me on Instagram, you would have seen his results at the start of the month. So definitely check out my Instagram page, Tolu Frimpong, because yeah, loads of personal finance content on there, and I'm a lot more active on there than I am on YouTube. So in the end, in the month of October, I ended up releasing 11 YouTube videos. 4 of them were replays of my Instagram live series Tea Money Talks. I'll link that playlist below, and again the other, what's the math, 7, 8, 9, 10, yeah, 7 videos. The other 7 videos, again, I'll link them in the description box below so you can check them out. They included things like my goal walkthrough, my budget updates. There was also a few topical ones as well. So yeah, they're all linked in the description box below. But it goes to show when you set yourself a goal, what you can actually achieve if you put your mind to it. Because yeah, 11 videos in 1 month. I haven't done that for a long time, so really pleased with that result. 4 blog posts was the next goal on my list, and I'm pleased to report that I did actually hit that goal. One of those blog posts was actually a guest blog post, which was great because it meant that I was able to achieve that goal without doing as much work, which was fantastic because it was a really great piece on side hustling. Again, I'll link all the 4 blog posts in the description box below so you can check those blog posts out after. And I'm very pleased at the fact that I was able to consistently release a blog post every single week, and I hope I can continue that trajectory up until the new year and beyond. The next goal on the list was for me to release 4 newsletters, so 4 issues of Tea Money News. And again, I'm pleased to report that that goal was achieved. So I was able to release 4 weekly newsletters. So every single Friday, my Tea Money News newsletter goes out. And on that newsletter, I have loads of updates, freebies, money saving tips, blog posts, videos, just loads of updates all rolled into one on a Friday. So subscribe to my mailing list if you want to be included in that. I'll link it in the description box below. The next goal on the list was to read 2 books. So the 2 books were oh my gosh, I think it was Money Master the Game by Tony Robbins, and then also Boundaries, and I can't remember the name of the author of Boundaries. I only managed to read one of the 2 books in the month of October, which was Boundaries. So moving on, we've got the Clutter to Cash for Christmas challenge. So this is a challenge where I was basically challenging myself and others to save as much money as they can for Christmas by basically reselling things that they no longer need, i.e. turning their clutter into cash. So that was the challenge that I set for other people to take part in, and I was doing it myself. In the month of October, I was able to make £107 of my £500 target. So I've got less than a couple of months now to make the £400 balance. Even if I don't hit the £500 goal, I'll be happy with anything, because whatever I do make was free money because it was stuff that I had that I was no longer using. And that just means that I'll use less of my money or my savings for Christmas because I have more money that I've got from the challenge, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's where we are with that. And then just finally, the daily prayer walks. I was able to do 20 out of the 31 days, which isn't bad considering the month before I think I went on maybe 10 prayer walks. So yeah, definitely getting there with building up consistency. Hopefully next month I can improve and build on that. So now we move on to my goals for the month of November. So if we start at the top of the list, I've got planned goals for 2022. So yes, we are at the start of November and we've still got a couple of months left of the year. But for me, I think it's really important to kind of start planning ahead and look into 2022 and the things that I want to achieve. That's not to say that I don't have things that I'm going to try and achieve before the end of this year, but I think it's good to get an idea of what I want to achieve and what I want 2022 to look like for myself and for my family. So that's something I want to prioritize planning and working on this month. I've done quite a few videos actually on goal planning and goal setting. If you're interested in setting goals and how to kind of set effective goals, then definitely check them out. I'll link them in the description box below as well. So next up on my list, I have list 30 items for resale. So these are items I'm going to list on Etsy, not Etsy, sorry, on eBay and on Spock. These items are part of my Clutter to Cash for Christmas challenge. So basically me turning some of these used items around the house into money to pay for Christmas. So last month I didn't actually list any new items, so all the sales that I did get were off the back of listings that I already had online. So that was okay for October, but in November I don't have a strong enough pipeline. There's not enough items on my store that will really help me to get to that £500 target. So it's important that I create some more new listings this month. So that's something I'm going to be working on. Next up, I've got 8 YouTube videos again. So now you may be thinking, but Tolu, you did 11 last month, why are you only setting 8 for this month? But I need to be realistic for myself. In the month of October, I had Tea Money Talks running every single week, whereas in November, Tea Money Talks is actually going to be wrapping up, which means there's only going to be 1 replay video in the month of November. So the other 7 videos are going to be videos that I've recorded and edited, which obviously takes a lot more time. So 8 videos is definitely a stretch for the month of November, given where I am at the moment. 4 blog posts, that's on there again. Yes, that was my goal last month and I achieved it, but I want to make sure I achieve it again in November, and I really start building that consistent momentum of putting out a blog post, at least 1 blog post that is every single week. So yeah, that's on the agenda again for November, as is the 4 newsletters. So I want to be sending out again consistent weekly newsletters to my audience. So every Friday, Tea Money News, you can expect to receive that, and I want to just get into the habit of doing that on a consistent basis. So if I have it on this list, it means it's not going to get forgotten about or drop off, and I'm going to actually make sure I do it. So yeah, that's on the list. So like I said, if you haven't subscribed to my mailing list, definitely do so via the link in the description box below. And then next we have daily Instagram posts. So this is a little bit of a variation from the one that I had last month. So last month I was focused on a Reel a Day challenge, whereas this month I just want to focus on putting out consistent content on my page. So whether that is carousels, reels, normal posts, infographics, whatever it is, I just want to put out something every single day, as opposed to being too heavy on one type of content and then kind of neglecting all the other types of content. So that's what I'm going to be doing in the month of November. What I have noticed by looking back at my insights and analytics is that carousels actually perform really well on my page. So I'll probably lean towards doing more carousel posts in the month of November, but again, it's just going to be more of a mix of everything. So then next up we have read 2 books. So I'll be reading 2 books again. So that Tony Robbins book that I did not read in the month of October, I will be attempting to read it in the month of November. And then the second book that I'll be reading is actually November's book club read, which is going to be The 4-Hour Work Week by Tim Ferriss. So that's a book I read years ago, actually, when I started my first business back in 2014, 2015. Really good book. I haven't read it since then, so I thought it'd be a really good one to revisit. So I'm going to be reading that in the month of November as well. And then just finally on the list we have my daily prayer walk. So yes, last month I got better at doing them. I want to do them even more consistently in the month of November, so hopefully I can get 30 out of 30 for that goal. So that brings us to the end of my goals for the month of November. So in total I have 8 goals for the month, so we'll see how I get on. I'll be sharing updates on my Instagram page, so again, if you're not following me on Instagram, definitely head over there and you could get those regular updates. But I'll be interested to hear from you guys in the comment section below. What are your goals for the month of November? Have you set any? Will you be setting any? Or just in general, in terms of thinking and starting to plan ahead for 2022, what does that look like for you? Have you started planning towards your goals for the new year? Please do share in the comment section below. Look, we made it to the end of the video and my voice is just about still there. So yes, result. But with that being said, guys, if you made it this far in the video and you haven't yet given it a thumbs up, then you know what to do, guys. Give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet subscribed. Share this video with a friend or family member, and I will be seeing you very soon for another video. Thanks for watching, guys.